Alright, let the third trial begin. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Prepare for trouble. Make it double. He's multiplied? Nope, not multiplication, just that's the way of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Yeah, can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get onto the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along. Yeah, fuck you. Boo. We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then if everyone's here ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't just run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. I think Aoi is just, like, too innocent and too, like... She's not much of a thinker, I should say. I don't think she's bad in any way. I just think she's not much of a thinker.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed our two friends. The killer is one of us. Someone right here. How many times I gotta say that? I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed, and on their own, the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all of this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up to a cruel fate. Dude, holy fuck. Our numbers are really down, aren't they? When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. I lost, only because of you. Why are you making all of us do this such a cruel things to each other? Wawa? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial. After this commercial break, I'd never hold on to any of you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened up once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. You want to save? Yeah, before I fuck it up again. Oh, my skills. Extraordinary focus. Increase the focus gauge by 2. What does that mean? Oh, I get more... I get more focus. I rarely focus in this game anyway. I need more health. Ooh, a breathing technique. The focus gauge recovers more quickly. Effective during the non-stop debate. The Hangman's Gambit, the bullet time battle. The focus gauge recovers more. Dude, I keep getting all this focus gauge crap. I don't need this. I need health for when I fuck up.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened.
Yeah. Find the killer. You don't find the killer, everyone dies. Except the killer.
We
already know who did it.
Oh.
Was that?
Was that? Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
It is very sus that Celeste is immediately willing to point the blame at Hiro.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Also, dude, I think, like, fucking, it was very clear that Hifumi had some sort of role to play. Because Hifumi was also the one who was like, oh, the art room. I could finally do my arts and crafts in here.
It points to you as having created the
He clearly
suit
had some sort
and
of
wearing
role.
it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Make your arguments. Yasuhiro's message. How do I check that?
Everything.
How do I check that? Well, Yasuhiro's message. What? Yasuhiro's message. Meet in the dining hall. Oh, his penmanship. Everything we found was in your room.
The
True.
blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why?
It's the
Why did you
5G.
kill them?
No,
The 5G did it.
Hold on a second.
Oh, that was it? I mean, looking at the blueprints, the handwriting is awful messy. Oh, the blueprints. If I remember correctly, Hiro's handwriting is pretty good.
Everything we found in your room.
I don't think they brought it up.
The blueprints, the suit parts.
Oh, the
they are
blueprints.
all proof.
Bam! The blueprints.
No, that's wrong.
Blueprints often don't have writing. I imagine pictures when I hear blueprints. My bad.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Pretty fucking good penmanship,
The
though.
handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no
Ah.
way you could think the same person made both
Holy
of them.
fuck, that handwriting on the blueprints is fucking like a third grader made
Unless
it.
that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Damn!
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
A hero's in the Robo
Is
Justice
it like
suit.
Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Ah, it was Hiro. There is no other Robo Justice suit. The suspicious in the Illuminati, Hiro.
I got it!
It was him. But he
Other
didn't
than
kill a guy.
Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could
That's
have
it.
been.
That's it.
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
But we never caught the guy
It
killing
makes
anyone.
perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is...
He's the scapegoat.
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason
that
do you
bold.
have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Yeah, Celeste, you claim to be hit by a Robo Justice man. If it wasn't Robo Justice who hit you, then who hit you?
Of course. But before
A?
we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Taka the fucking
It
trolley.
would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Yeah, the trolley.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The trolley and a tarp. The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been the dolly, this one. Oops, this one.
I got it!
Easy. There's still one more thing. Things that we... Can I select multiple things? And the tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with that attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain.
Why did he
Taka's
me?
body
What happened?
disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository.
What the fuck? What was that? Did I just lose health?
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Yeah.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room.
It didn't make a success noise. It confused me.
So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
On the nose.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
think. It's like one of the obvious
But are you
things.
sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yeah, actually, I do. I specifically remember calling attention to the dolly and the tarp. In my own mind, I don't know if I took note of it, but
That
yeah.
dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong.
How do I
Nobody
respond?
expects much
How
from
do
you
I
and
respond to
me.
this? Yeah, my memory. Yeah, that's it. I got my
We
memory.
have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Well, that is true, but that is besides the point here. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Condescending. Maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Ah, fuck, a new... Talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battles, we're gonna add more ingredients to this recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see an ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. I don't know the controls. But it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing X, I don't know, maybe. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key. I don't know what locking on is. In time with the tempo marker. Oh, A and Y. Oh, this is this thing. So what am I doing? I have to reload? There's a reload aspect to it. Okay. I know what it's talking about now. Where I have to press A and Y to lock on and shoot frequently, but I have to reload, but I don't know what the reload button is. Basically, just remember that tab now has a function along with the right and left mouse buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. But if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all, in which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck and have fun. I think it's the X. I think it's X. The moment of truth. So it's the rhythm thing.
You have it wrong. I
Bam.
cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
This is fucking...
You miserable wretch.
I don't know what I'm thinking or what my mind is doing.
I cannot cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic.
I can't see anything.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Final strike?
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
That was fucking wild. My fingers just took control and they were like, I'll fucking deal with this for you. Your brain doesn't understand. Your fucking fingers will just like AYX. It'll just fucking do it for you. I went on autopilot.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it.
I still don't know how to like counter the negative thing.
There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
And as the blood dried
They really
on
need to
the
go through all
tire,
that just for this?
They moved the body into the repository.
I need all this. All this for that very clear observation.
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Gee, Celeste doesn't does Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's
Weird.
get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then
Then it's a killer human.
what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
Yeah, it wasn't a robot.
I'd be happy to
Fucking
explain
AI.
why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
You can't
If
do
you
anything.
look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
The trolley. If I look back at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person their hips. The hips. Hips. What does he mean by that? Hips. Dance to the beat. Wave your hand. Robo Justice costume. Okay. Wait. Where is this? Robo Justice costume. No one but Yasuhiro could have possibly fit into the costume. In addition, anyone wearing it would not have been able to get their feet or bend at the waist more than 90 degrees. Yeah, how do you pick up the body if you can't bend? You got really long, stretchy arms? Yeah, Stretch Armstrong? We know Taco was killed in the equipment room. True.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Yep.
then loaded it onto the dolly and
Yep.
wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Does that matter?
Well, yeah, but even without a handle,
Does that matter?
all you'd have to do is bend over.
Bend! You can't bend! Hips!
No, that's wrong.
Hips! Owie. Hate to do this to you, but the
You're
hips.
absolutely right that
I know you don't
could
got a
push
problem with
dolly
flexibility,
without a handle
but-
if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend
It'd be hard to
over.
sneak around in the suit also. How does he move the bodies in a giant Gundam suit without anyone noticing?
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Honestly, I think it doesn't take that much hand-eye coordination
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure
to
myself.
move it up with your feet.
On top of
It's not that hard,
if
I
you
would
were
say.
wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off and moved the body because once it's on, you can never take it off. No, you can't take it off by yourself. You need a bunch of people. That fucking timer
I
came out
don't
of
think
nowhere.
taking off the suit was an option.
If you remember. I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help. Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you get off on our own. I have the flashbacks, I'm telling you, dude. Let me help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
How do you know this, Sakura?
Then
Oh, you're clear. Honestly,
you
Sakura,
really
you're
can't
clear.
take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Really, really, seriously, for really.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
Damn, how do you move the body that fast?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Yeah, this is a fucking weird thing.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just like, hey, Hifumi, what the fuck happened to me, buddy? Help me out. And Hifumi's like, oh, Robo Justice, what are you doing to me?
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? The guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Hifumi's the killer.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Owie, stop swaying your opinion. Every new detail comes out, Owie's like, you're right. 100% true. It's gotta be him. New info comes out, you're right. It can't possibly be him.
Hold on a second.
Owie.
It's still far too early
Chill
to
out.
reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
A series of unfortunate events.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe
Do
we'll
it.
get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. Four
We
of
all
us
woke up.
gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
I'm going through all this again.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Why do you remember that? You looked at the clock?
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
How did she take the picture? She was knocked unconscious. When did she take this picture? Because clearly, must have taken the picture. Wait, took Hifumi, the robot guy, came back, smacked her, and she was unconscious? This is like after the fact. This is like after she fucking is unconscious. She fucking takes the picture. What?
As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
What?
It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
Ah! Oh, what's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moved at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
What's wrong? That was rather an intense What did you see? You saw a shadow? The shadow of Robo Justice? I thought Hero was fucking knocked out unconscious in the pool area. I thought he was just sleeping and chilling in the pool area this whole time, which is why he wasn't seen. Oh, Celeste. I feel like this is like the most obvious killer so far. I saw him, the strange costumed man. I was blocking the stairs.
And then...
Ah! What was that? Came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go.
At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
There was no suspect, though.
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
Fake dead.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Maybe real dead.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi.
Weird. But the other announcement went off as well.
The three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
The body was gone. The body was gone.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
My favorite recap episode. This can't be happening. The hallucination is all this or something.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing.
Did Celeste return with us down to the nurse's office?
Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
How does Hifumi get up there? That's still my biggest question mark. How the fuck does Hifumi get from the 1st floor to the 3rd floor?
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
I thought she was saying that there were 2 killers.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Taka died at like 6 a.m. The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. What bullet I got? The Monokuma file, number 3. What is this one? I don't know what this one is. Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka. The cause of death were a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. So regarding Taka's death...
I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
Yeah.
Or perhaps it was after?
No, it was like 6 a.m.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
No, we found Taka
What
last.
makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Yeah.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice
I think that's
Hammer
where I
3,
shoot the bullet.
while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Yeah.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
Dude, I talked about this. I talked about how they wanted you to think that, like, the murders happened in a specific order because of the numbering. Were numbered, but were they really used in that order? I fucking knew it. I called attention to this.
Death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
Nope.
We already know what order they were killed in.
What order?
Taka came last.
Taka came last.
What
I
makes
lost.
you say
Taka
that?
always comes last. He's a real man.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No!
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See?
Fucked up.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
Fucked up. I fucked up. Shit.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Shit.
I wonder if he died before
Bah, bah,
Hifumi,
bah,
or perhaps it was after.
Now. How do I fire past it? I still don't know the girl.
Taka
though.
came last.
How do I shoot past the other
What
bullet?
makes you say?
X? It's not X. Makes you say that.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Ah, it's not even the right one. Don't scare me like that. Ah, shit. I think about one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Regarding Taka's
I
death.
wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka
Right
came
there?
last.
What makes you say that?
Do I gotta take a bullet?
Because of the numbering
I
of the
honestly hate
Justice
the
Hammers.
bullet thing. What order?
It's true that
No,
Hifumi
no,
was
I
killed
did not
with
want to do
Justice
that. My
Hammer
bad.
3,
I
while
wanted to
Taka's
absorb
death
that.
came from
Do I
a
have to
swing
absorb a
of
bullet? I
Justice
hate this
Hammer
mechanic.
4.
I honestly hate the
See?
bullet absorbing mechanic.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
I hate it. It complicates things way so much for me to fucking... Was it really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they
What
were killed in.
order?
Taka
I'll take
came
that.
last.
What
What
order?
makes you say that?
I think I take that one.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
No, that's wrong.
Oh. See, I knew it. I just don't know how to do the mechanics to
There's
essentially
no
get to
reason
this
assume
point.
that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Exactly. I called attention to that. I'm a fucking genius detective. Call me a catchy. Or L.
So you're
Probably L.
saying the
I sit
culprit
like L.
wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. His watch. So there's something that relates to what time he must have died. His watch. Hangman's Gambit. I forgot what the fuck this is. His wristwatch. There it is. Wrist. Watch. S. W. A. T. C. H. 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 This is the first time I've ever known the answer to one of these things immediately.
Now I understand.
This is the first time. Naoto? Oh, dude, I am like Naoto.
I got it. Taka's
Naoto was my
wristwatch.
wife. Yeah.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night,
Hey, you, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice? Yeah, same thing. 10 o'clock. Look, call
so if
attention.
it
My
wasn't broken after
Who's that?
6
From
last
Persona
night,
4.
then
Naoto's
he must have
from
been
Persona
attacked
4.
around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And
Done a
before
long
Celeste
time
was
ago.
attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
It was also very convenient in the order that we were finding
That's
them.
exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that
Nah,
wrong assumption.
doesn't slip past me. Granted, I thought the first two happened in that order. But once the third and fourth hammers were revealed... Okay, yeah, I was too smart.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Yeah, that's true.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That's true.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
Except Hifumi isn't dead.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Dude, if he's fucking alive, I'm gonna lose my shit. Huh? What was that? He came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Oh, Kyoko, you got some news to give us? Now's your time.
Then we all ran down to
You
the
have the
nurse's
floor.
office, and that's where we found his body.
You all have the floor. Kyoko, tell us where you've been.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Except for you. You were unconscious.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
I don't know.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together,
Dude, there's
clearly
they're like
none
a
of us
predator.
could have killed him.
They're like Predator. They can mimic human sounds. One of us is a fucking a freak, an animal. One of us is an alien.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment
We already
room.
solved that.
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Okay, we a little behind.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she
Little
could have
behind,
done
buddy.
the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any
Fair
of
enough.
us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies.
Yeah, that's true.
On the other hand,
There is a slight
Hiro and
mystery
Kyoko
to
had
some of these.
disappeared,
To some
so
of these
they
questions.
most certainly could have done those things.
Not all of them.
So what now, Kyoko?
Kyoko.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Who done it? Yo, you are still unaccounted for. Account yourself, woman.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
This is one of the mysteries that I was
That's
curious
true.
about this
We
entire time.
searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body
I'm gonna be real
disappearing.
upset if Sakura did it. Cause Sakura's like the only one physically capable of just fucking picking him up like it's nothing, like he's a sack of potatoes.
And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in, move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
The teleporter!
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Oh!
The dead body
Oh!
moved on its own?
I fucking stood up and walked, cause Hifumi's not dead!
No! Not another...
Oh! Oh!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Dude, we not check his pulse? We not just take 2 fingers, put him on his neck, and be like, yo, this fucking idiot is just lying here. What, he's dumb?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Dude, I'm such a fucking genius.
That it isn't possible.
I'm such a fucking genius. The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? But the announcement went off. One announcement went off. The announcement for Taka went off. The broken wristwatch. What does this have to do with anything? Oh, the announcement for Taka went off. They said we found them both at the exact same time. So we found him. The announcement for Taka went off. That is fucking convenient if that is true. Are you saying that when we first met, he found Hifumi's in the nurse's office?
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible.
No, there was a chance.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
Nope, we don't know that.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
I clearly need to
Hifumi's
absorb
dead body
bullet.
had been found. And
No.
that is why the announcement was
Fucked up.
made.
Fucked up. I needed to absorb
Are
that.
you really so sure about that?
It's literally what I just
Maybe
said.
the announcement was intended to signal someone else's
Yeah,
discovery.
there. Oh, maybe I needed to absorb that one. Someone else's discovery. Oh, shit. Maybe I should have absorbed that one. Ah,
Are you
fuck.
saying that when we first
Shit.
found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
It's one of those two. One of those two is used to counter
there's
the
a
other one.
chance he was actually
I think it's the
still
last one.
alive?
I think I need to absorb the last
No.
one.
It is impossible.
Okay,
Hifumi
I'll
was
absorb.
dead.
I'll absorb
Without a
Kyoko's.
And you know that
God
how?
fucking damn, that is hella
Surely
convenient.
you heard the
That
body
they
discovery announcement
got.
along with the rest
I don't know
of
how to
us.
fast forward.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that
Oh, B.
is why
Are we real? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, it's B. Honestly, I knew fast forward was a thing, but I didn't know how to do it this entire time. B.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance you...
No. Hifumi was dead.
All right,
Without a
how do
doubt.
I fire
And you
through
know that
words?
how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's wrong.
Objection. God
Was the
damn.
body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
That is so convenient, though.
Maybe.
You can't plan
But
that.
that was also the same time
That's
that
luck.
Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Exact. Dude, I said this as well.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
We already know
Didn't
that.
answer our question.
We already know.
man.
Yeah, we already know
We're
that. You
asking if
fucking
you're a
ass.
lazy bum.
You dick.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
2 announcements did go off, but then Hifumi was dead by that
That's
point.
true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Then he died.
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it was played when we found the body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when, just after Fumi came back to life, when both bodies were rediscovered. That one.
Got it!
When we
We
rediscovered
heard
both
it
of
the
them.
second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ooh. Ooh. Ding dong, a body's been discovered. Certain amount of time you may have like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement
Dude,
shouldn't
Hifumi
have
was
played.
killed in between.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Damn!
So when we found Hifumi the first time in the
I'm
nurse's
so
office,
smart!
he wasn't actually dead
Oh!
yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
Oh, he cleaned his glasses.
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
No, he
That
cleaned
is
his,
the
wiped his
worst
glasses
logic
off.
I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Nah, his glasses.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
Dude, I'm already on top of this. I'm on top of this case like white on rice.
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Celeste, your scheme has fallen apart. Your ability to manipulate his Coomerness has fallen apart. There has to be proof that shows if Fumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Make your argument. Hifumi's glasses. Exactly.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Yeah. True.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Yeah?
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yeah.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
After being moved.
other than the change in how it was
Nah, his
positioned,
glass. What? Your meaningless words tire me. What?
Shoot!
Other than that? What are you talking about other than that? His glasses were also fucked.
Well, here's one thing we did. The first time we found him, and then...
His glasses were also
And
fucked.
the next time, it was in.
But when you compare his body before...
other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Oh. Corny semantics. I really should just listen to the entire thing and then fire my
In
bullet.
fact, there was one clear difference
I
between
really should do that.
Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Patience? There's no patience. There's been a murder. There's no time for patience.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless.
Why did he say Hero
And
did it?
I found the
Oh, he
items
did it 'cause he
used
was-
to
he's
wipe them
fucking-
clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Probably covering up for his wife. His little crush. The evidence I found in this trash can in the nurse's office was his cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Hifumi and Celeste were in on it
The
together.
character was... Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Fair
Then
enough.
there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
I've already solved this case. I solved this
Even if that is
case
true,
an
he
hour
does
and a
not
half
mean he
ago.
wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him.
Also, Celeste just keeps trying to redirect the conversation. She's not doing a very good job at it.
Let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses
She's honestly,
clean so
for a
he can see.
gambler, for the ultimate gambler, she's pretty bad at bluffing. When he's alone, he wipes his glasses
Then
clean
he
so he can
stands
see.
up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then,
Huh. I'm just glad
It's
Sakura
pretending
wasn't
to be
thrown
dead.
under the bus as an ability to just pick him up and move.
what was with all that blood?
No, it was a bunch of
paint or something?
blood bags in the fridge.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
Yeah, what a
And
fucking
if
fool.
Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was... Taka? Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
Huh.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
What, he just laid down again?
Was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right?
Weird.
So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Then how did Celeste find the
Convinced
bodies?
us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Damn!
That means he took part in the murders.
Damn!
I just can't believe it.
What a fucking
If you're
idiot.
having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Yeah, the letter. The note. Could it be the note Hifumi had in his pants?
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Stuffed in his private parts?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
His pants, of course.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
God, the women just lost. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Yeah, so he locked you in the suit.
See, then this note isn't the same one.
Looks like
Hiro got.
Hifumi masterminded this whole thing and then got fucking ganked right at the end.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants, of
I got it.
course. It only
That's
could have been
right,
Hifumi's pants.
Taka. The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello?
Man,
over
why'd you
here. Attention,
murder Taka?
attention!
Why'd you murder Taka? Pisses me off.
I don't really understand what's going on, but
Taka
Hifumi
never
had
would've
that
killed
letter,
anyone.
Right?
Hifumi had that letter?
So
Yeah.
whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok. They were drawing out Huffy.
Just to be clear,
TikTok?
TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ah.
Ugh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Ah, shit! One of these again? Oh, make your argument. Oh, I thought it was gonna be another one of these things. Broken Witch Eye, Fumi's glasses, glasses cleaning cloth. None of these. I need to absorb a bullet. Probably.
Huffy had the note, right?
Probably.
And the person it was intended for must have been Huffy.
No.
But
No.
remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
What the note said?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter.
Time
The
does
note has
matter.
nothing to do with TikTok.
Nothing to do with Taka? No! That was it. Well, what about the scrap of paper? That's what I need to clear up.
Huffy had the note, right?
What do I fire at that? What
Then
do
the person it was intended for must have been Huffy.
Had nothing
But
to do with
remember what the
Taka?
note said.
What the note
What
said.
time did it say to meet?
6 a.m. The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok? The note has... The time on the note said 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? I don't fucking know.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy.
I don't know what bullet
But
I gotta
remember
absorb.
what the note said.
What the note said.
What time did it say to meet?
Oh, what the note said? There we go.
6 a.m., I believe.
Oops.
The
The
time
watch?
doesn't matter.
Oh, the watch. How do I switch bullets? I've forgotten all the controls.
The note
Oh.
has nothing to do with TikTok.
Oh. Honestly, I wouldn't have thought of that. I'm not gonna lie. I've already used all of these. That's why I thought. My bad.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended must have been Huffy.
No.
But remember what the note said.
This one?
What time did it say to meet?
Fucked it up.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
Oh! The watch says 6. The
No,
note says
There
6.
absolutely is a connection.
Ah.
What the hell are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. You've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Yeah, I thought we wouldn't use the wristwatch again because we already used it.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Okay, it
Is
makes
where
sense.
Taka
It adds
was
up.
Killed.
You know what? It adds
I
up.
see.
So,
The math
Taka was
adds.
murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Honestly, this fast forward feature is nice.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Alright, thanks for being a pain in my ass, Toko.
Someone used that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. Ugh. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Took it.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Unless Celeste
Most
planted it.
likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Ah, this is where the corner comes into play. The corner!
I got it!
Don't even need to think about it.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of
I
paper.
got this. I got it.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
God, these killers are leaving
Yup.
such
They're
evidence
from the same
behind.
piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
God damn, you fucking try pulling one over on
Did I
Sakura.
get all that right?
Yeah,
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly.
he's an accomplice.
Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
I fucking knew it.
Whoa.
He's a simping. He was simping for Celeste, and then
Yeah.
Celeste's
After seeing all
backstabbed him.
this,
Celeste was
Hifumi
manipulating us.
super involved
Yeah, it
in
all
this
adds
whole
up.
thing for
Celeste
sure.
was manipulating all of us so he could be moved around.
In fact,
So Hifumi could move around the floors as is. I told you, it was
was behind the
exactly
whole
like
thing.
how gambling
in
works.
fact, he's still alive.
The ability to like shuffle a deck but know exactly what important cards are where and when to like to dish them out. It's exactly like
Sorry,
gambling.
No. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
Man, I don't want to kill
He was
Celeste.
killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies
like
in the
this is-
repository.
Man, I feel like this is so sloppy on
During
Celeste's
that
end.
time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you
Alibi.
stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Alibi.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Oh, the hammer, probably?
Because, I mean, according to the Monokuma file,
Yeah, the hammer was in there. Bonked him. The hammer was still there. Picked it up again. Bonked him
the way
again.
Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
It's the exact same hammer. The hammer
Just
was
as
there.
Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository,
Oh, one of the hammers was clean.
culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi,
Oh,
then put the hammer back where they found it.
yeah. One of the hammers was
Wouldn't
cleaned.
that be seriously risky for him?
No, they
I'm
cleaned it.
surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking
The first
around
time,
skull
the
of
first
yours
time Hero
after
decides
all.
to use his brain.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Yeah, the 1 out of 100. Broken
He's
clock.
Right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
A tuba.
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
Celeste, you're so sloppy. You're so
which
sloppy,
hammer was
Celeste.
used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Ifumi? The whole picture surrounding this case won't be clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. The hammer. I already know it. The spotless hammer, exactly.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
The spotless, I think I shoot it right there.
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe
What was used to
Justice
kill
Hammer 4?
Ifumi? Spotless
Well,
hammer.
Whatever it was, there's one thing
Let's
we
be
have to
patient.
figure out.
Let's be patient.
How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon?
You're
How
changing
did
the
nobody
subject.
witness them carrying it?
You're changing the subject.
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Maybe that one.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No!
No!
Fuck patience! I felt it! I felt it in my gut that was the time to shoot. That was multiple times. I was like,
The
I could
murder
probably fire
weapon
this at any
wasn't
of
a
these
Justice
moments.
Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Got it.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository
Am I a
were
sleeper
covered in
detective?
flecks of grit and
Why am
debris.
I such a good detective? Am I a sleeper agent?
But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
And Celeste
I'd
is the
also
one
like
that
to point
found
out
the
that
bodies.
The repository has all kinds of hammers.
It was locked.
Big ones,
She's the one
small
that
ones.
found the bodies.
And even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer.
You know, I'm
The one Hifumi was working with.
too keen.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was
She
working
just,
together
all she's
with
doing is changing the subject.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Unless they're a simp.
So the idea
And you're a
that
cute
anyone
goth
would work
girl.
together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but for anyone to work together? Well, theoretically. Spotless hammer, again? I
Based
absorb
on
a
the
bullet.
rules that have been laid out for us,
Unless Hifumi killed
even if
Taka,
more than one person is complicit in the murder,
and then she killed
only the one
Hifumi.
who actually carried out the act can graduate.
What if two people
and
carry out an
survive.
act? Hifumi
Assuming
carried out
the
the act.
rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that
Impossible.
only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I absorb this one? Maybe? There's no chance? Well, the two murders and
Based on the
impossible.
rules that have been laid out,
Even if more than one, only the one who actually
Right?
assuming the rule
There's
holds true.
impossible.
That is.
But that only really applies if, in this case, however, there
Two
were
murders. There's only two options. There was impossible and two murders. Can we really say there's no chance two people were working on this together?
Based on the rules that have been laid out,
Even if more than one person,
only the one who actually carried out the act can, assuming the rule holds true.
It's not impossible.
No, that's
You
false.
know it's not impossible. A gambler doesn't know the rules. Come on. She's
Since
playing
there were 2 murders,
52 pickup.
it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
Maybe she was playing along as the accomplice, and then she became the killer.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the
Hifumi
risk
wasn't
of taking part
the
in the scheme.
accomplice. Celeste was the accomplice. And then she betrayed him.
There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
Mutual
You're
reward.
saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the
Damn.
case's events, Hifumi
That's smart.
would have been the first one to act.
Honestly, that'd been
murdering
the smarter
Taka.
thing.
They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents.
I'm a little
And
smart.
it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A
Design.
single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Yeah, I wonder who's been, like, kissing at the toes of one of the
Then
women,
to
huh?
avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Cold.
That's just
Cold-hearted. But why would a gambler want $10 million?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good
I
she
understand
is.
how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all of that, there really only is one person who seems to fit. I mean, it's gotta be Celeste.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Man,
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea
Man.
that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that
Shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Pardonnez-moi.
what the fuck happened to your accent? Who'd you turn out? You Tara Strong? What was that?
To be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The screaming, encountering the suspicious individual? Ooh, the suspicious individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Yeah, the whole fucking argument kind of falls apart with that
Shush.
thing.
The adults are talking now.
Fuck you, bitch.
Sorry.
Hey! Don't be such a
As
beta.
he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
What is Celeste's face right now?
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too
Man,
long
I didn't
after
want to
that,
kill
do you
Celeste.
remember
Celeste
what
was on my
Celeste said?
team. Celeste was part of my team. She was part of my squad, dude. Oh. I saw a shadow, something moving around the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She was moving
She
us.
let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
I saw him. A shadow. He ran. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream even for you. I saw him, the strange costume man. I was blocking the stairs, so we headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Oh. Huh? What was that? It came from downstairs. It must have been. It probably... Hifumi? This is bad. We have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Ambitious.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. This is like one of those Among Us things where it's like, why have you taken such a leadership role all of a sudden? When you're not guilty, you didn't take up a leadership role. You're kind of just meandering. But now that you're guilty, you've taken up let me control the narrative.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
And
that was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor. Everything's going according to plan.
that's clever.
Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing.
Man.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Wow, it's odd that he played the dead body with his mouth wide open. Can you guys imagine holding your mouth open for like 10 minutes while people inspect you? I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you.
He's manipulating
She
everyone.
just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets
Dude,
very
I'm
ugly
so
indeed.
fucking smart.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Damn.
Don't bother trying to deny it.
Damn.
You made one fatal mistake.
She made many fatal mistakes. I'm fucking too keen. I solved this an hour and a half ago.
Did I?
I didn't even catch it myself.
Unless it throws
when
me
you
a
first said
curveball.
it, But looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
She had thrown me a curveball.
What are you talking about?
Your
I'm
accent.
talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
What did she say? What did she say? That they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We are all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died. Those guys! Plural!
I remember her saying that too, but I
Plural!
don't understand what's so strange about it.
She already knew Taka was dead.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then
Damn.
Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto.
That's one of those, like, that's, the weird thing is like, that's one of those, like, one of those Mondo Chihiro situations, where it's like, oh, the pronoun they used. But as opposed, what's different on this one is with the information, I had already solved the case. Like, this one is just like icing on the cake. This isn't like the fucking gotcha. We've already gotten the gotcha.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office.
God, I feel so big-brained.
Now,
I
the
literally
entire
pieced this
time
all
we were
together. Maybe people
none
do
of us
that.
said anything about Taka being dead.
Maybe people naturally solve this. When you guys play this, did you guys solve this, like, on your own as well? Did you guys figure it out?
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Wait, why does Byakuya know what... Why does Byakuya know what Celeste said? He wasn't with us.
You hear that, Celeste?
Oh, this was after the fact.
Everyone's having
Oh,
some
this is when
trouble
everyone was down there.
understanding.
Never
Could
mind.
you repeat what you said?
Never mind. Jesus.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Byakuya said Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. Monokuma File 3? Wait. What? All I said was...
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened
Us?
and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
We are all going to die here.
We are going to die. Just
Those
like
guys.
those guys died.
I
And
absorbed
that
that?
is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Patience! Patience!
Shoot!
Think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Patience!
They must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Probably that
Just
one.
like those guys died.
Patience
And
me.
that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
What? What she said that, should only have known about Hifumi's death. Yeah, those guys. What am I supposed to fire my bullet at? In that mind, what was so strange about what she said? I don't fucking know.
All I said was,
Those guys.
they must really be enjoying this.
What am I supposed to shoot?
Enjoying
With?
the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
The sight of
They
us
must
standing
be
around there confused. Do
Positively elated.
I shoot those guys with those guys?
We are all going to die here.
Oh.
We are going
Oh,
to die.
so strange.
Just
I
like
take
those
his
guys
statement
died.
and shoot it at that. Ah.
And that is all I said.
Oh.
That's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
I figured it out.
All
Fucking
I
this
said, they
order
must
thing.
really enjoying
This order
the
thing. I
sight
knew
of
what was
us.
wrong.
They must
The
be-
weird, it's so
We are all
frustrating
going to
knowing
die. We are
what's
going to
wrong.
die.
What's
Just
wrong with
like
the statement, but not knowing how to like call it out.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Damn.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
I misspoke.
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations.
Dude, but she's
You know
never
that?
lost a bet. Wasn't that part of her story? She's never lost a gamble?
Imaginations.
It's one hell of a gamble to lose.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
His setup. Scripted.
How do
Scripted
you
event.
explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
I don't think Hero's not actually in the... Simple. Hero's not actually in the suit. Or he is in the suit, but he's unconscious. And they scripted this.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yeah.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to.
No, I think you
Set
were
up
in
the
the suit.
picture.
But I think you were unconscious
Have
in
you
the
so
suit.
quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
I think you were unconscious in it,
Plus,
though.
I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact
Good
that
rebuttal.
this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Nope. Nope, this is the only explanation. Take it or leave it. Other explanation? It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing, of course! Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. I don't like any of these answers, but probably that one. The other two are
Not
just
a picture
weird.
of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
I don't think so. But, you know,
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
kind of weird.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Easy.
And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Rebuttal?
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Damn! Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Holy fuck. She just told her to shut her mouth. The Robo Justice costume, Yasuhiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints. Holy fuck, I don't know which one of these I'm gonna need to use.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight!
Wait, what's Yasuhiro's message? Yasuhiro's message. Meet me in the dining hall. Oh, that's his font. Oh, that's not it. Whoops. How do I change bullets?
You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Ah.
Like I said, ridiculous.
Blueprints or Justice costume?
As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
The blueprints?
Wait!
Wait, the blueprints? What's about the blueprints? Let me give this a sniff. The blueprints. Have arms bend like this. There are blueprints for Robo Justice which were found in his room. If I remember right, Hina said, she said you can't bend at the waist. So you'd sort of be
Dressed me
forced
up
to
in that
stand up.
suit after I passed
Yeah.
out.
You'd sort of be forced to
Then
stand
you just draped
straight
me
up.
across Hifumi and had him. You tried to make me look like the
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect
There's
is
no
standing
capable-
perfectly upright.
There's no way to bend.
If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up.
No, that's wrong.
You're wrong! Celeste, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Listen, I'm
No.
sorry you killed
Even if the
Hifumi.
person inside the
I
suit
would
were
consider that an
unconscious,
act of
They
good,
could still stand up like that.
but I don't make the
Because
rules
that
here.
Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Fucking, I had auto text on. The Robo had one characteristic. Can't bend. The hips. Yo, what's on Aui's leg? Does Aoi have a tattoo? The fuck? Can only bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
A mistake, or on
I'm not
purpose.
so sure that was a mistake.
Oh.
I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Damn. No, your poker face.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
It's not a gambling term. This is Time to fold them. What do people say in gambling?
Checkmate?
Time to fold them.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Is this voiced by Jeremy Lee?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Who voices Celeste?
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hero. Yeah, why did he vouch for her in his dying life? Who attacked you? Tried to kill you. It was... That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Damn.
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Damn!
Confusing statements don't make any sense.
That also doesn't really
Only
matter.
making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
What does that mean?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said for serious a lot. He gave everyone nicknames. He said people's last names. I actually have no fucking clue. How did he talk to each of us? I don't talk to Hifumi. He's a freak. He said people's last names. Yasuhiro? Sure, yeah. He wouldn't have called him Yasuhiro because he uses nicknames.
That's right.
I deduced
our
it.
last names. He called us all by our last names.
I deduced it. I deduced why would he say Yasuhiro wouldn't make sense, and I was like, well, Yasuhiro is his first name. Why don't these other things add up? Last name. Got it.
Exactly. I know I heard
Fucking
him
kicked
say
my
Mr.
brain,
Miyagi
kicked
more
into
than once,
overdrive
for
right there.
example.
Ran through the numbers. Saw the Matrix.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental.
Yeah,
By
why, who gives a
chance,
fuck?
he just-
It's still his name. Why did he
first
say the name? Who gives a fuck?
Don't talk.
Yeah, don't
Random
talk. Stop talking.
chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
The last name of whoever killed him? Why would he say
The name
Yasuhiro?
he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Well, no. Hold on.
Yasuhiro.
And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Real name is Yasuhiro? They both have the same name?
What did
What?
you just say?
Why wouldn't he just say Celeste? Why do you make this more difficult on us?
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
That's totally Jeremy Lee.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a
Is it?
loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right.
I didn't say anything. Do I? What? Why is she fucking freaking out? I've earned the right to be a little
Okay,
on edge.
Then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine. Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up.
Marie Harrington? Oh. I don't know who that is. Maybe.
My
I'd probably
real
recognize it,
name
maybe.
is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up, so then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Bullet time, or whatever it's called. Oh, another argument. E-handbook, Spotless Hammer, Yasuhiro's message. These are all useless, aren't they? The handbook? The handbook! She's gotta show us her handbook! That
Hifumi
displays her
was
real
trying
name.
to tell us something.
Huh.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might
Handbook.
have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
Show us their
how
handbook.
many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Well, nice to meet you, Celestia
How
Ludenberg,
long do you
goddammit.
plan to go on pretending?
My name is Makoto.
I'm not pretending.
Makoto, I forgot my
It's
other
the
name.
Truth. And since you have way to contradict me.
Nah, I got away. I got away.
What's wrong?
I got away.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right?
I thought Yasuhiro was Yasuhiro's name. What's Yasuhiro's name? I call him Hiro.
Monokuma
Isn't his name
told us
Yasuhiro?
all
But that's his
about it
first name.
before.
There's 2 Yasuhiros. Whack. The handbook is absolutely vital to the healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your real name. And always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Invasion of privacy.
Celeste,
My name. It's too important.
can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Oh, a reverse sweep. You're looking for an M. Bison, huh?
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning.
What's it
and
called
shed
when,
light
like...
on all your crimes.
What's that Street Fighter term when, like, the loser, like, wins? When it's like, oh, I'm down, I'm losing, but then I bring it back?
And that'll bring everything to an end.
It's like an M. Bison or some shit. I know M. Bison's a character, but there's some other shit. The climax. Act 1. Celeste and Hifumi are going over the rules. What? They make a deal or some shit? What is this? Her... What's she holding? What is this? Why is he cooming his pants? What is this? Why is he on his knees? Oh, she yells at him, maybe. What is this? I don't even know what this is. The groveling at her feet because she's so dominant. It's like, she's like, get on your knees. And he like crawls up to her and he gets on his knees. Act 2. Oh, wait, this. It's probably this one. Not the one where he gets on his knees. He's probably super nervous. And then Yasuhiro walks up. Shit. Alright, he walks in. He's like, oh, what the fuck is this note? He gets chloroformed. He's unconscious. They put the suit on him. She grabs the camera. The camera takes a picture. They pretend that he's been taken. There is now evidence. Act 3. Taka. Oh, what's the backpack? Taka. Taka? It's 6? Oh, it is. It's 6. It's 6 o'clock. Exactly as Taka has been predicting. Hifumi grabs Justice Hammer number 4. Whacks Taka. He's like, Haishapatawa? Fucking kills him. Rip Taka. Pisses me off. Fuck you, Hifumi. You deserve to die at the end of all this. He's dead. The hammer is bloody. Fucking Hifumi. What a cunt. Act 4. Celeste shows us the camera. Look, he's been kidnapped. We hear him scream in the library. He's in the library. He's in the library at, like, what, 1? Is that when it happened? Like 1 o'clock when this happened? 1. Wait, 1 o'clock. Was that when 1 o'clock? Was that when, Hero walks in? Did I got the Hero one wrong? Hero walks, it's like 1 o'clock. Hero walks in. I don't know. He shows us the camera. We're in the library. What happened in the library? Justice Hammer 2? In the library, is it with Justice Hammer 2? Definitely. But that's the only thing I can imagine fits there. Justice Hammer 2 he's hit with. We're taking him to the nurse's office. He splatters himself in blood. Pretends to die. Just a new hammer. I need Justice Hammer 4. Or 3. Oh, there it is. Justice Hammer 3. He's dead. He's been hit with Justice Hammer 3. Everyone's like, oh my god. Everyone finds Taka and they're like, oh my god. Act 6. Hifumi takes Taka's body. Takes it to the room. Pushes it. Is this what he's struggling with? Yeah, he's fat. He can't push his body on the trolley. Nya? He nyas for Celeste. Nya nya. She takes the hammer. Bludgeons him in the head. He deserves it for killing Taka and being a simp. 2 deadly crimes. Crimes he deserves to be dead for. Alright, which one did I skip? Pretty sure I left one blank, didn't I? This one. 1. Oh, it is 1. Ah. It was 1. 1 o'clock. He shows up in the rec room. I think that's it. I think I absolutely fucking nailed it.
Here's exactly what happened.
What happened? Show me it.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Oh. Oh, physical contact with a woman.
With an accomplice.
He's getting all hot and bothered just by that.
A number of otherwise impossible schemes.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. The perfect time to receive a suspicious note and go investigate.
They convinced someone to meet them
Hero's
in
a
the
fucking
rec
idiot.
room last night at 1 in the morning.
Ah, he gets
That
chloroformed.
someone they met with was Hero.
Hero! Boy, your eyes are open. Huh? You not see them? You not see the two? You don't remember? This chloroform get rid of your memory? You walked in, you see 2 people standing there.
The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him...
Oops. Yeah, Fumi simping for a 3D
knocked him
girl.
out and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
He betrayed his own character. Inspiration.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
Listen, I don't
They
mind
did
Hifumi
all
was
this
dead.
just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on
Why,
Hero.
Celeste? We all should have just accepted. Hifumi died. Hifumi was a freak. Kill him. Let's move on
When
with
they
our
were
lives.
done with him,
Whoever
they
murdered him,
shoved
let them get away
still
with it.
unconscious, into the pool room locker.
It's 6. On time.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan.
I can't believe the Mondo Taka
They
didn't go
called
anywhere.
Taka to the equipment room.
He sort of developed his personality and then died. Come on.
And that's where Hifumi killed him.
Dude, there's no way
making
he
it the scene
fucking
of the first murder.
out athleticized him.
The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken.
Dude, can you imagine?
They
I
wanted
can't
to
wait
make
to
sure
go
we
back
bought
and
the
look at myself
surprise
piece
attack
this
story.
together.
The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice
Because I
Hammer
nailed
2
it. Almost
and an injured Hifumi
There were
to
probably
sell us
maybe
that
only
story.
about 3 different parts that I missed and
With
didn't
these
piece
2
together.
incidents, the killers were able
But
to
I
create
fucking-
a certain preconception in our minds
God, I feel so smart. This chapter made me feel so smart.
that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
Boom.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Yeah, what if we didn't do that? What if we kept someone
Took a
there?
blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found.
And we didn't check his pulse.
Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement,
Isn't this
we
panel
naturally
just
assumed it was for Hifumi.
incredibly indicative that it was Celeste? Like, you group up all the characters, give us all designs, and you, like, black out Celeste's character design.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
You can check the pulse in multiple areas. The wrist,
That
the neck.
explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Doesn't have to just come from the chest. I don't think no matter how much fat you have, you can still check the wrist. The wrist is always one of the thinnest parts of the body. You know, he deserved
Their plan
it.
all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celeste, dude. Dude. She was part of my squad, though. Oh! Oh, I wanted her part of my team.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Man. Complete.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
Theoretically, never, because you've never lost. That was part of your
They
story.
hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg.
Dude, I'm
Actually,
not... Now I got no accents to
no.
do.
Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Why'd you fucking put on this whole shtick?
Interesting.
Are you not a vampire? Are you not a vampire? A, perfect, 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 undeniable. That perfectly describes everything that happened. I deserve an S, theoretically. If the game could hear me, if the game had access to my mic and my genius deduction skills, at the S tier. Oh, 99 medals. Oh, baby.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Dude, I don't want to see Celeste die. Fuck, dude. She does the hero's job of killing Hifumi. It's what we've all been asking for. And now I have to watch one of my waifus die.
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay.
I vote Hifumi.
If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened?
And I wanted to hang out with her so much more.
Will you make the right choice
hang out with Sakura
or the
so often.
dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
But why'd she do it? For the money? Just to get out? She was like, she couldn't live here anymore? Why'd she even do it in the... Why enact this whole plan? It's basic a formality at this point, but again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taeko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. Oh, she has a normal accent now. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty. Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know, your womanly charm? I knew you figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it's the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Oh, she took Chihiro and then blackmailed him. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you talking
Just
about?
a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation. Ooh, this is a sketchy conversation to be having in front of Monokuma. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. I'm still gonna do the accent. The accent is too fitting of Celeste. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping to talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the pictures as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As
What?
for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me. He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
Damn. What a lie. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. Maximum level White Knight. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life.
Completely
I'm going to kill him.
unforgivable.
I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will play right into his hands.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target. Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try and kill you. What?
Indeed.
And all so he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard, bastard, bastard!
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear, I will save her!
I have to save her!
Actually...
Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. Lol. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love is a curious thing. Make a one man weep, make another man sing. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but It's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
And in regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry. But when you're explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he'd barely just held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it, as I explained it to Hifumi. The plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent, in fact. Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my powers to win.
don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? This is what I've been asking. Why? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuna offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Yeah, obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
Couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you know why,
This is
huh?
fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what is this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? Is she fucking surrounded by vampires? What? She is a vamp. What the fuck? And to gather the handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Yo, that sounds like a pretty swaggy dream, I'm not gonna lie. I like this dream of hers.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, there was only my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. I like that dream of hers. It's not very selfish. I mean, it's completely selfish, but it doesn't expand into like the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't bother with the rest of the world, like Byakuya and controlling the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? She just wants to live in her own castle surrounded by a bunch of hot guys that look like vampires. Being a vampire herself. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end. So why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it? Are you asking me to feel guilty? That is a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I do not fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice then.
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
She'd just be executed again. Yeah. It was a fucking good chuckle, actually. Celeste smiled then. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You're all done then. Let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace. Must pay the
Now then,
price.
I prepared a very special punishment.
Dude, this is yet another death that I'm not going to be happy to witness. So far, I have felt like no happiness for the people that are killed in the executions. The blackened. I felt guilty for Leon.
It's punishment time!
I feel guilty for Celeste.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
17.
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for?
Oh, Chihiro.
I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone.
Honestly, at least Chihiro has been decoding the whole thing this entire time.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
You know what? I actually do believe that. Considering I don't think this is reality, or like this is like a weird form of reality, I think we are gonna meet again. Maybe. Okay. Dude. I hate these deaths. They make me feel so bad. I felt bad for I felt bad for literally every blackened so far. Castle. Dude, she's gonna get burnt at the stake? She's not a witch. The burning of the Versailles witch? And dude. Don't scream. Be a fucking badass. Don't scream. Don't give him the joy. What the fuck? Wait, was she just killed by a truck? Did you just get killed by getting hit by a truck? Is that what killed her? Honestly, not that bad. Being hit by a truck is actually the preferable option. If you got burned to death, burnt at the stake, or getting hit by a truck, the truck is at least gonna be fast. It's got weight. It's gonna kill you fast. Burning alive? Nah. At least she didn't scream. I will say she went out like a badass. Same with Mondo. He didn't scream. They both showed no emotion. Jesus fucking Christ. Leon's death was so fucking brutal. I feel so bad for him. Yeah. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends. Hey, she killed Hifumi, who was not my friend. Though I would have liked to see what Hifumi's death would have been, because he's a fanfic writer, and so it's a lot of sexy 2D women. So, I'd love to see how he died. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her. Untrue, I can pity her. But I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Geez, here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if it'll let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destination to knock you all down. My destiny to knock you all down by one. Knock you all down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that's the reality. Just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna keep making us go through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
What's the deal with that? Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, I don't have to answer you at all.
So then,
What's the matter? I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh, how exciting.
She did disappear. Maybe Kyoko is just a sleeper agent. Maybe she doesn't even know that she's a spy. Maybe she's just a fucking sleeper agent. I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now?
Hello.
Whoops. What does that mean? Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
See ya later! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma mentioned it, but was that key that Celeste... What's that key that Celeste gave you? Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it there. Yo, that guy with the madame. Thank you for the follow. With the mad aim. Madame. Thank you for the follow.
Hey,
I suppose it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said, Yo, Captain Squid, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. I'm going in alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later. Why exactly are you going in alone? Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you,
well
Byakuya. Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm going to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together. Does that mean what I think it means? Good luck, Makoto. Girls are here. Girls like are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. No, Aoi, if I were to romance anyone, it'd be you. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there
Shall
alone.
we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took Celeste's key given her and unlocked the locker. As the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning! It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I've been playing along this entire time. Been playing hide and seek. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and... I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. Now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want to be honest I want you to be honest with me. Please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at this school? Is that why you wanted me to come here?
however,
Wanted to come here with me? Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried. Worried? Like I said, like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too? No, I believe in
What?
you. You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me, and I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. The rock solid defense. We're friends. That's why we can't lie. Bullshit. What a fucking pussy. I did this with Sayaka as well. Why am I such a pushover?
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
That's
Then, fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoto then was, well, frankly, it kinda blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really have been right about it? Why is she snooping around the boys' bathroom? Interested in all the urinals we got back there? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I was being yanked in, ooh, a hidden door, gashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Ba-bump. I had fallen into the back of a storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door and it had made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. Holy fuck! This is the secret room? But what's in here? Files, paper, desk. Files on all of us. There's a bunch of files and it looks like the volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Peaks Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oh! Oh, I got bonked in the head! A strange sound rang through my head. It felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happened. Dude, I am a fucking sleeper agent. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it had been. Apparently something hit me and I lost my consciousness. That's all I understood. A dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Oh my god, dude. They took everything. Why did I gotta investigate? Why did Kyoko trust me? An empty bookshelf? Empty. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student's registry, even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. Oh my god, dude. My body was heavy with pain. My mind was heavy with thought. I dragged myself back and forth towards my room. What if that was Kyoko? Kyoko's the only one who knew I was, like, stalking that shit. She told me where it was. She laid the bait, and I immediately went for it. So she put on the mask and then bonked me on the head. I think Kyoko's still the fucking spy. I don't know what's with my memory loss, but I think Kyoko is, a little sus. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The further I walked, the more I felt like things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing there. And after that... Huh? As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sound coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Sounds like fighting. Da-dun, sa-sha-sha! Oh! Oh my god! No, Sakura, why are you doing this? Before me raged a battle beyond anything humanely possible. No, Sakura, you're gonna die! No, one side's not human, that's for sure. But regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing?
No, what are you doing?
I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this?
Why are you risking it now?
How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision.
Oh, what if she was the spy and she's fucking given up?
I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret.
Deal.
I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay,
He's the master she's trying to surpass!
but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you?
Is that true? Is that the story?
What I'm holding hostage?
Oh, what if he's holding hostage the dad or the master? What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is Sakura? No, the generation legend stand tall galactic hero. Ah, dude. But I think she's turned a new leaf. Like I said, I think I expressed this opinion before. I think if the spy can turn to our side, I think Sakura, while she is working for Monokuma, can triple cross him. She's double crossing us by playing for him, but she can triple cross him by then working for us again. Sakura can still turn a new leaf. Maybe she'll fucking die a hero's death. I feel like maybe she has too much honor to die to fucking, like, make it out alive. Save? Yeah, we saved the game. We saved the game. No. You know what that means? We're gonna have to save it for part... That would be part whatever. This isn't a let's play. For day 7. We're gonna have to save it till Monday. Oh my god, dude. Oh no. We're gonna have to save it till Monday. Oh my god, dude. Sakura can turn a new leaf. I believe in Sakura. I honestly believe in Sakura. 100%. But that is going to have to do it for today.